Hey, Facebook! Guess what time it is? It's time for the Ruby Girl Talk Show with your favorite Ruby Girl. And who would that be? Dr. K. Me. So, hey, are you ready? Is that energy level up for tonight? Because I'm ready to go, and go on the Ruby Girl Talk Show. Hey, I think I rhymed. Did I rhyme just a little bit, Sharice?
You did.
Oh, I might have a career as a rapper now. You do one thing and you
Ah,
just,
ah.
think you just got it going on now. So as you see, we have Mrs. Cherice Robinson with us tonight. She is our special
Hello.
guest. Hey, and
Hey.
she looking so nice. We're doing a puff sleeve edition tonight. So if you got some puff sleeves, go put you some puff sleeves on because we're looking pretty and sassy Ruby girls tonight. And so before we get started, I usually ask the guests to go on my page and find the video and share it. But tonight I'm going to practice my multitasking skills and see if I can share and if I can host and if I can talk at the same time, so let's see if I can do that. Yeah, but I think I can. I really believe that I can do
You
all
got
this at
this.
one time. I got this. So I'm
Got
gonna
this.
share it to your page, and if you want to go on your page and then you share it, that's fine, Miss Sharice. All
Okay.
right. And so while you do that, I'm gonna tell everybody about Ruby Girl because there's some people that are new to my platform and they might see me posting about Ruby Girl but not actually know what it means. So Ruby Girl comes from Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? Yeah. Yeah, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above the price of a ruby. So, ladies, this special is just for you only. Makes you rare, virtuous, and valuable. And so tonight we're going to be talking to Miss Cherice Robinson of Redemption Consulting. So she has a lot to say. And if you're a business owner, even if you're not a business owner, what she has to say is going to help you because sometimes in life we just get stuck.
Yeah.
You just get stuck. I don't care how great you are. I don't care how educated you are. Sometimes you need some clarity in what your next move is
Mm.
because you might be stuck between like in the valley of decision trying to decide should I go right with this? Should I go left? Especially today because you have so much bombarding you. You got social media, so you might see somebody doing the same thing that you're doing, and then you might say, "Do I need to imitate them so I can get that success, or is God just telling me to be the pioneer?" Well, tonight Miss Cherice is going to bring some clarity because she is the CEO of Reedemption Consulting.
That's
So,
right.
Miss Cherice, will you please give us a 30-second introduction? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. K, for having me on. Hey, Facebook friends. So, my name is Cherice Robinson. I am the founder and principal consultant at Redemption Consulting, where we get businesses unstuck. The premise of our business is to come alongside business owners for small businesses and healthcare practices and allow them the opportunity to strategize and streamline their operations. For the small business sectors, we come alongside those small business owners and help them with strategy and planning. And then for healthcare operations, we come alongside those doctors and practitioners, and we help them with their workflows and staff optimization. So we get businesses unstuck by coming alongside with you, helping you with those pain points, and getting you to the bottom line of making more money or seeing patients and giving patient care.
All right. How can we get in contact with you?
So I have a website. It's www.redemptionbiz.com, and it lays out a good platform of services offered, how to get in touch with me, or you can email me at consulting at redemption, REEDEMPTION, biz.com.
All Hey, y'all see how smooth that introduction was? Put in the chat what you would give her on her introduction. I would give her a 10. You didn't know you was being graded tonight,
No,
did
I
you?
didn't.
That was excellent. That was
Thank you.
totally excellent. I love when people speak passionately about their business because it
Mhm.
makes you stop and listen to what they say, and you know that you're serious about what you're
Right,
doing. If you're
right.
stumbling and you're fumbling, then to me, it seems like you're not prepared. If you're not prepared, it's like, how well are you going to be able to service me? How
Right.
well am I going to be able to work with a person, like that? So people, they
Mhm.
do judge you on your pitch. When I hear a good pitch, I'm like, okay, she know what he know what they're talking about.
That's
So
right.
tonight, let's get into the show, y'all. Let's dig deep into the show. But first, I want all my viewers to do this. It is so simple and it's still free. Just share. That's all I ask is just share. Show that you care by sharing. So, Miss Cherice, tell
Mhm.
us how Redemption Consulting helps other businesses. You talked about it in your introduction,
Mhm.
And why is helping other businesses your business model?
So I came into the business because coming from a corporate background in management, I have a desire to make a difference. And that's always been my desire in leadership and in business. So, based upon that, I saw a deficit as it pertains to business owners, the services that they're able to offer, healthcare practices, and how they treat patients and the encounter with the patient experience. So, I decided to launch out and do my own business because I felt like I could do it better than any experience that I had. So I help businesses by listening to them, listening to their pain points, and then creating a system for them, not just giving them a band-aid remedy, but creating a system for them, a strategy that's easy, that's going to be laid out step by step, what they can do, what they can empower their staff members to do and team members to do, holding accountability to those team members, and then being able to expedite that strategy. It's also two-pronged because my services are comprehensive. I can give you the strategy and you can go at it and I can check in with you, or I can give you the strategy and we can work through it together and I can do the bulk of the work for you. I really am here to service the business owners so that they can be successful in their businesses.
That's great. That's great. And it's always a need. We always need help as business owners. I can
Yes.
I can attest you never arrive. If you're a millionaire business owner, billionaire business owner, you
Right,
always need help.
right.
It's just God has how can I put it? God has just created us to always need help from each other.
Mhm.
I go back to the garden when Adam was there and God was the one that said it's not good for man to be alone.
Right,
And I just really believe in business, God is still saying it's not good for man to be alone. We start off being our only employee, but the
mhm.
goal is to span so that we can help other people
That's
and
right.
their families and their communities. So what area, I'm so curious, what area of business do you see most business owners get stuck at?
Before I go to that, I like what you just said about us not having to do it alone and how it's biblically based because the Bible says that iron sharpens iron. And that's where it's very important for us to be that support for one another. But in my experience, I see most businesses get stuck with if they have something big that's coming up, like a big initiative or big project, it can become overwhelming because they're trying to still function with the day-to-day business. And then they have this big thing coming up and they can become stuck with how do I start? And that's the main thing. A lot of times it's how do I start? Or either the other question that I get a lot is how do I fix it? Because things could have been going well, rather smoothly, but then there could have been a bump in the road. And it's like, okay, how do I fix this? Not really having the time to fix it. So I think it's important for us as all business owners, even myself, that when we get to those places of being stuck, it's not new. It's not something that is like, it's never going to happen. It's going to happen. But when it does happen, you don't have to remain there. No great business or business owner got to the place of being stuck. And then hopefully they didn't give up. They empowered themselves to get some help. And then when they get that help, having that non-biased person come in and then be able to assess things for you and give you a strategy and a remedy to get out of that stuck state, that's what's going to propel your business forward.
That's good. It's just like if you're driving and you get stuck in mud. You need somebody in there to steer, and you need somebody to push you out of that mud. And so that's what happened, business owners. A lot of times we get stumped and we think we're supposed to figure it out. We're supposed to create the website. We're supposed to do this. We're supposed to fix
Right.
this, instead of saying maybe there's somebody out there that can fix it faster, like me. I could probably fix a flat. I'm gonna put it like that. It's gonna take me a while, and that tire might come off again. But then a mechanic that does it all the time would just do it and a boom, he's done. And I feel
Mhm.
secure about what he did. And that's what you do. You come in, you help people get unstuck, and
Right.
then you give them the secure feeling to know that it's fixed.
Right.
That you put a system in place, or you help them put a system in place. And so now you don't have to worry about this again, or if you do, you know how to get out of it, you know how to get unstuck. And
That's
so
right.
some of us, I think we get stuck, procrastination,
Hmm.
um life be life.
Life
So
and
on your job you don't get stuck like that, because you know,
no.
okay, life is life, and I don't have any PTO, so I need to show up today. It's not a option for you. But we give our business so many options
Mhm.
not to do it. I'm guilty, I'm guilty, I'm guilty, y'all. So don't y'all start judging me. She's saying all no, I point my finger at myself first.
Right.
But we're so quick to get, when it comes to our business, to have an excuse. But I think you come in and say, let's eliminate these excuses.
That's
Let's
right.
get this done.
Yeah.
Because as Les Brown said, we're the picture. When you were the picture in the frame, what do you say? When you're the picture in the frame, you can't see the frame, can't see the picture.
Hmm.
Your friend, something like that. Y'all know what I'm saying. You can't see yourself. You can't
Right.
see your blind spots. And so
Hmm.
by you coming in, you can see what we can't see. We be like, oh, we've been doing this for years, and you like, does it work? And then you
Right.
stop and think like, no, it don't work. So thank
Exactly.
God for a business like yours to help people get unstuck, get out that mud, no matter
Hmm.
whatever that mud is that has got them stuck. Now, this is the $1 million question. Have you ever found yourself stuck in business? And how did you get unstuck? Did you unstick yourself?
Yes, absolutely. I have found myself stuck several times and in multiple different areas. And one of them could be, still being in the beginning stages of business, having that consistent cash flow can be a place where you can get stuck. Another area is setting up systems, customer relationship management systems, setting up other systems so you can be consistent with your socials and things like that, preparing PowerPoints for workshops, creating plans and things like that. And for a while, I tried to do it and do it all. And it was like, this don't make no sense. So I got to do something different. So what I have now and what I would empower everyone to do is get you a tribe. Get you a tribe for your business of different people that can help you to facilitate the things that you need to get done. When you're a solopreneur, they do not have to be people, if you're not in a place with your budget, that are full-time staff members, but you can subcontract work out. And by subcontracting that work out, you are getting someone that's a subject matter expert. They're coming alongside you. You're giving them their assignment. They're going to deliver it to you, and it's going to be done. So I have found that is very helpful, along with having a group to be accountable to. As a solopreneur, it's easy to say, oh, I'm not going to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. Because when you go to work and you want a job and you want a clock, you got to do it when they want you to do it, because that's what you got to do. But when you work for yourself, it's like, oh, I'll do it when I feel like it. No, we need to do this now. So having that group that you can be accountable to, and being able to say, this is what my plan is for the week, this is what my plan is for the month, and not trying to figure it out all on your own, that is a big way to help you get unstuck. And those are a few things that have helped me to get unstuck, for sure.
That's good. That's good. I don't think me personally, I would be as far as I am at if it was not for my business group, the Step It Up group. Shameless plug, Cherice is a new member of the Step It Up group. And I can say we keep each other accountable.
Yes.
We're honest with each other, and we feed off each other, because you might see, I see, when I look at you, Sharice, I'm gonna tell you what I see. I see a very professional businesswoman. I see a woman that's about her business. She don't play. And what she says she's gonna do for you, she's gonna do for you. And I feel like you can put something in your hand and not have to pick it up and fix it yourself. Because a lot of times as business owners, when we give an assignment to somebody or a task to somebody, they don't do it as well as we do. And then we have to come and straighten it out, and we have to fix it. And so sometimes we can get a reputation of maybe being controlling, or maybe, not sharing things, but that's not it. A lot of times as a business owner, you know exactly your business model, how you want it to look, how you want your product to be presented, your brand for your business. And people don't understand your brand. I always say it's your baby. And so you have to protect the brand of your business just like it's a baby. It's certain things you can't post, certain things you can't say. It's just certain things you can't do to ruin your brand. Because I mean, think about a lot of these people that out here have went viral. I just thought of one. Remember the CEO and the HR manager was at the, and
It's hot
so
right now.
that is hot right now. So to have HR and the CEO in a relationship, and they're both married and they're out together, that kind of messed up the brand of that company. People were looking at the company because they represented the company. So I knew they were going to have to resign. There was no get over this bump in the road. So that's why we have to be very careful and understand we represent our business. So I thank you for even just this brief amount of time that we started talking, that you're giving us so much meat. Is that just what you do?
That's what I do, for real, for real. I'm
It's
pretty reserved, but when I have something to say, I say it.
And see, I like that about you, and you can tell that about you. So let me ask you this question. This is an add-on question. Was it hard to walk away from your corporate success and start your own business?
It was. It was. It was because you have certain creature comforts with knowing what you need to do, what's expected of you day to day. And this is new. So I'm still figuring it out. I ain't say I figured it out. I said I'm still figuring it out. So that part was the hardest part, just being able to really, I stepped out on faith when I first did it and started this business, resigning the position that I had because I wanted something better, for my peace of mind and my sanity at the time. And I just stepped out on faith because I knew this is what I was supposed to do. And I just said, okay, Lord, I'm trusting you. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I have done. And I've been going full throttle ever since.
How long have you had your business?
So I've been boots on the ground, no pun intended. But
All right, cue the music.
right. I've been boots on the ground for about 4 years now.
Okay, that's good. So you had your share ups and downs. Has it been times that you almost like, you know what, I need to go back into corporate? Have you
I
been
have.
tempted?
I've done it.
Okay.
I left. I stepped out on faith. Um, did the business for several several months, and like, look, these expenses coming in, these boys hitting hard, with your different not only the business expense, but personally, you know, you got health insurance, you got all of those other things that you need to take care of. You have responsibilities when you're an adult. So, you know, I stepped back into the corporate sector and most recently was downsized. So I'm full business in it again. So that's
Okay.
like we say, life be life, and right. So you just keep moving, you keep it moving.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think a lot of entrepreneurs feel like once they step out on faith and they go back, that they're somehow failed. And so they don't go back again. They don't try again. We were reading about this entrepreneur on Sunday. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. But
Mhm.
he started a business and it failed. He started another business. He started about 5 businesses and they failed. But he
Mhm.
kept going. It was kind of like the same concept. He kept going, and eventually, his business is like worth $1 billion now,
Mhm.
because he had an idea. He just had to figure out how to make it work. And so every time a business would fail, he would learn from it. And then
That's
when he
right.
started over this time, then he'd be like, okay, I won't make that mistake.
Mhm.
But the thing about entrepreneurs is that we have a vision and we don't stop until we attain it. If you are a true entrepreneur, if you're not a counterfeit, but when it's a true calling to you, when it's not a hobby, but it's a life calling to you, you do not stop until you see it manifests what's in
Mhm.
your head and what's in your heart. You
That's
got to
right.
be sold out to your purpose, to your
Mhm.
plan, and know
Mhm.
that it's a calling. And most people that are sold out to their purpose and plan, they're solving some problem in the universe or in the business world. And with you, you're helping out other business owners. And why wouldn't you be blessed? Because now you're helping people be able to employ other people, bring money into their families, build up cities, build up the economy, and you're doing this through your business. So I want you to know, Miss Cherice, that you are doing a great thing.
Thank
And a
you.
lot of people, until I got into entrepreneurship and connected it to the Bible, some stuff made sense. Like walking by faith.
Mhm.
What is more walking by faith but you own your own business? A paycheck, that's not faith at all, because you know exactly what you're going to get, you know
Right.
exactly what to do. But then you'll wake up tomorrow in your business, you're a millionaire. Or you'll wake up tomorrow and you only got $1 in your bank account from your
Right.
business. So it's a
Right.
walk by faith. And I can tell by
Mhm.
the way you talk that you understand walking by faith in your
Mhm.
business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that that's a good point that you made. It is a walk by faith. And I think it's something that a lot of people in their head, they want to do it, they just don't know where to start. And I was there 100%. I knew I wanted this in my heart, but I just didn't know where to start. And I just had to start somewhere. And I just stepped out and started somewhere. And you know, being an entrepreneur is more than just about, it should be more than just, it's more than just about me. It should be more than just about the founder or the owner. It should be about building generational wealth and not having a cap on your finances. I like nice things. So this is what I want to have in my life, nice things. I like to travel the world. That takes money to do that. I don't want to be when, you know, constantly in a place in my life where I have to ask for, can I get 2 weeks off in a row? I gotta work so long to build up the time to ask to get it off. Maybe you will, maybe you won't get it. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I'm at a place where I truly can appreciate, you know, the things that I like, the things that I want, and I'm willing to work hard to get them. And then it's leaving that legacy for generations after me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I totally agree with you about that when you were talking about having to come big grown person and ask somebody, can I have the time off? Do I have enough time for this? And you just have to think about it. I think entrepreneurs are built so different, and we might look to be the rebel or the overleader, meaning we take charge on the job and be like, wait a minute, you're not even the supervisor. Yeah, but this is what we can do, and this is that, and it's just in you. Because I find myself sometimes um giving myself leadership that I shouldn't give myself on the job. But I have learned to sit back and realize you're not a supervisor. Even if you know how to do it, even if you know how to get it together, you're not a supervisor. So you have to kind of like, it's kind of like Clark Kent. You have to hold back that Superman spirit in you. You are an entrepreneur. So we're going to take a 1 minute break. And so for 60 seconds, Mrs. Cherice, I'm going to ask you just to say anything that's on your heart, talk about your business, but at the end, please put in there your contact information. So while you do that, I'm going to go and look on Facebook. I'm going to check twice to see who shared it or not. So if you haven't shared it, get to sharing so you won't get in trouble. But go right ahead, Miss Cherice. You have 60 seconds. I'm turning the show over to you.
Sure. So I just wanted to, when I got the opportunity to come on, I just wanted to come on and really encourage business owners more than anything else because I have not arrived. My business is still growing. I'm still figuring it out. And I just want to be an encouragement to you all to say, just stay in there each day, do something, go to the networking events, go to the workshops to enhance your skills, figure out how to do new things, meet new people. You are just literally one introduction, one connection away from your business blowing up and you being a multi-millionaire. But we got to just stay in the game. We got to continue to grind, and we got to know within our heart that this is what we're supposed to be doing, and just do it.
Wow. Amen. Now that's good, y'all. Did you give them your contact information?
Okay, so my contact information is my website. That's the best way to get in contact with me. And it's www.reedemption, REEDEMPTION, biz.com. And that's the best way to contact me.
All right. We have Marietta Mills Jones out in the comments. She's out there being your secretary. She don't put the website out there. She don't put your email out there. She don't even put the scripture as iron sharpens iron. So one
Thanks, sis.
person,
Thanks,
girl.
sis. See what I mean? That tribe come through for you.
It's different when you're an entrepreneur and you got some people that's gonna back you. Like when I give events, I know that my Step It Up group is gonna show up for me,
That's
and
right.
my ministry group is gonna show up for me. And so it pays to sow into the life of others.
Mhm.
Some people might be like, you need to charge for this, you need to charge for that. But I'm learning from my AI coach. I'm learning from her. She gives so much. She had a summit. It was at 10 o'clock. Do you know this woman stayed all the way on? I left at 4 o'clock and she still was in the room answering questions. She didn't have to. She could have cut it off
Right.
at 1, 4 o'clock, 10 to 4. And she steady was like, okay, any more questions, any more? And she's doing this for free. She wasn't charging. She has summit after summit. I was on part of her one summit she had today. It was free. And I'm like, this is why she's so blessed.
Right.
Because when you sow into other people's lives, when you drop seeds, guess what? A harvest comes. So
Right.
you dropping seeds, other people are your soil. And so when you drop seeds, it comes back up. It might not come from them,
Mhm.
it might come from
Mhm.
somebody else.
That's right.
So we got Tarsha out there. She gave you a 10 on your introduction, girl.
Thanks,
Right.
Tarsha.
So Miss Sharice is a 10. And so
Absolutely.
Marietta said, yes, I love my Step It Up group. And she said, she is the truth. Me or Sharice? No, she talking about you. She said, you are the truth. And I totally agree with her
Thanks,
on
sis.
that. Thank you, Marietta. Thank you, Tasha, for your comments. Anybody else? Oh, Renee out there. Hey, Renee, how you
Hey,
doing?
Renee.
Yeah, she said, hey. So I want to thank if anybody else out there, that's all the comments that came up. But I want to thank you for watching, for commenting, for sharing the Ruby Girl Talk. And so now we come to the second part of the show where we switch it up a little bit. So we talked about Miss Cherice, how her business can help you get unstuck, why she has a passion for it. And she even told us, hey, I was stuck at one time, but this is how I got unstuck. So now we're going to talk about what she do as a speaker. Now y'all just thought she's just a CEO. No, now you know women on my show, they're CEO, they're author, they're this, they're that. They don't just carry one role because as an entrepreneur, you multitask so much and you'll find out God will make you become a speaker. The next thing you know, you're a coach. The next thing you know, you're moving into the teacher arena. Next, you're a consultant. God just gives you roles. And if you think about it, it's biblical. Remember when he was giving out talents and the one that took their talent and multiplied it, he gave even more talents from the one that just hid there. So the more you do, the more God gives you to do. So, Miss Cherice, let's talk about this speaking. You know, you being a speaker, and we can see glimpses of it as you talk, how you come, how your voice just have impact, and how we just stand up and listen to you. So tell us about a few of your signature topics.
Most recently, uh, this was through actually my church and leading a Bible study, heading that up, and that was a speaking opportunity to really receive and pour into the many women's lives who attended that. I also have done a workshop on profit and cash flow for small businesses. That was another opportunity where I was able to stand up in front of a group of small business owners and give them tips on how to understand their cash flow, how to read those reports, and how to be able to better balance their income coming into their business. So that was another opportunity that I had to speak most recently. I would like to do more speaking opportunities. I'm working on some ebooks thanks to Coach K. So, what my goal is to create these ebooks. They are all going to be based on customer service in different industries. So, in the healthcare industry, the patient experience, in the retail industry, when you're out shopping, how to better service your customers, in the restaurant industry, how to give that dining experience that's top tier. So it's going to be over a multifaceted amount of industries, and they will be ebooks in the smaller realm, and then I'll build one big book just centered around service, because that truly is my predominant love language, service. So this book and the ebooks is where I really want to get out into doing more speaking opportunities, specifically with training in those different industries for various companies and organizations. So that's what my goal is with my speaking opportunities.
Wow, I love your idea about the multiple ebooks. And then like I was just thinking you have different chapters in there for like different retail
Mhm.
chapter. If it's
Exactly.
yeah, it could just be a handbook
Hmm.
period for so you like, oh okay, I'm in the cooking industry, flip to chapter 3, tells you how to that is an excellent idea
Yeah.
because when I was in retail, when I worked with the public, um I knew the basics of customer service. I knew if somebody walked up to me and I'm on the phone, I'd be like, I'll be right with you in just one moment.
Hmm.
Now you walk up to people and they act like you're just not
They're not
there.
going
They
to even acknowledge you. Yep.
this lady, I was at Myers one time, and so she was a cashier. And so she didn't say hello, anything. And I said, I'm gonna see if this lady gonna say anything to me. This woman did not literally say anything to me.
Hmm.
She didn't even tell me how much my total was. And I was
Yeah.
like, let's see how far this will go. She didn't say a word to me.
Yeah.
She Here's the money. No, they don't even count the money back to you. So we were taught, count the money back to you, be polite,
Hmm.
ma'am, can I help you? Yes, no. And these people that's in the store now, they don't know how to be professional, first of all. They don't know how to have a professional appearance, number one. And then
Right.
number two, they don't know good customer service. Like I was in the dollar store today, and so I was trying to figure out what I was gonna buy to put this glass order in. So I asked the guy, I said, I was waiting on, I said, can I just give you the $2 so I can open this? And he was like, well, you're next in line. That wasn't the point. The lady in front of me had a lot of stuff, and I wanted to give you just the $2 so I can open it and do, what I need to do. A little basic customer service wouldn't hurt. And I say, a lot of people, it is so needed, Cherice. So what
Yeah.
made you want to write this book? Did you get a lot of bad customer service like me?
Yes, I do get a lot of bad customer service.
Hey, put in the chat if you have had
Yeah.
bad customer service.
Yes.
Please put a minus
Yes.
one in the chat so that
Yes.
she know that this book is needed out
Yes.
there.
So the premise of it will be, I'll go and do a workshop or a training, and then the tool that the company will be left with are these ebooks that will be the guide for their staff, current staff, onboarding staff, to set that pathway of what that customer service will look like. And actually, customer service has gotten worse since after the pandemic because it's so hard to find people to work. So, people are hiring warm bodies, and it's like you said, the appearance, the interaction. I was this weekend with my daughter. She did a pop-up, and everybody that came to her booth, I was like, "Hi," and she was like, "Mom, you're so cute. You greet everybody." I said, because that's what you expect. I've had so many pretty woman moments where I go in a store to shop and you don't acknowledge me. So I'm leaving. My money can spend somewhere else. Thank you very much. So, it's just like I do have a high standard for it because I believe we work hard for our money and we should get a good service when we go places and when we interact with people. And likewise, people shouldn't be mean to the people that do show up and are doing their best to do their job. I think that's the other side of that has to be said as well. But that's I like a good service, and it's something that is seriously lacking training. Is something that companies need to invest in because it's not a one and done deal. So you don't get the workshop and the ebook and then that's it. You really need to have those trainings concurrently, like once a quarter, to be able to consistently keep this in your team members' faces that this is what the standard is for the organization and this is what you expect.
You know, we get a lot of training in business far as the do's and don'ts.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't get customer service training.
Right.
We get training every year. And that's one thing when you were saying, I just realized that. And customer service is the most important part of your business. It's
Right.
the front part of your business. And if you're throwing your customers are not coming back, or they're like walking out or getting a bad how can I put a bad experience with you,
Mm-hmm.
then guess what? Your back end is not going to look all that great. And
Right.
people will tell 100 people about bad service and will
Right.
tell 2 people about good service.
You're
I'm
right.
kind of like
That's
the
exactly right.
opposite. If I find a
Exactly right.
good product, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share. If I connect with a good person like you, I'm gonna want to give them a platform. I want because I want other people to have that great experience that I'm
Right.
having,
Right.
with that product or with that service. But
Mhm.
I'm telling you, Miss Cherise, this is so needed, and this is some gold. And you would think somebody would come up with a solution to this problem, and it
Mhm.
teaches people how to have pride in themselves. I've
Yeah.
been in stores, I won't say the name. They look absolutely horrible. It's a store by my house, and I would come in there, boxes everywhere. The floor was dirty. And I look at this
Mhm.
stuff because
Mhm.
I used to work in retail, and I'm like, they don't
Mhm.
mop, they don't vacuum,
Mhm.
and it's junky.
Yeah.
So I came in there one day and the store was nice, and I was like, wow. And I looked, they had a whole new crew in there, and they had cleaned up the store, organized the store, was
Right.
very professional. And I told him, I said, this looks good. I said,
Mhm.
oh, this store looks so much better. Before it wasn't even in order. But you know
Right.
what? I wonder why businesses stop sending out secret shoppers and stop sending people out there to check on their businesses.
I have a package for that, actually.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I have a package for that. I do to secret shop a business and give that report back. And you know what? It's not only the external customer that's coming into the business, it's also internally, and how there is so much between how team members treat one another, being each other's customer. I need you to help me do this. I'm behind. I ain't helping you do nothing. You should have got out to work on. It's all of this dynamic that go on even internally with internal customer service. And a lot of companies don't talk about that either, but a lot of their employees are struggling. And like you said, people don't even equate appearance to customer service when it's certainly important how your team members look. I have been on a couple of different assignments throughout my career. One big assignment that I had was I went from Wyandotte to Jackson, transforming clinics, appearance and training of staff, uniforms, everything. And, if I started an assignment and staff, looking raggedy or dingy, they need uniforms. They need
Hmm.
uniforms. If they can't get it together with the dress code, then they're gonna have to have on uniforms, but in the end product was people got a better experience when they came to
Yes.
visit those establishments, because believe it or not, on the consumer end, most consumers equate junk, clutter, and chaos with an unpleasant experience, and nobody has ever even interacted with them yet. Is that could just be a junky desk, post-it notes all over the place, like you said, boxes everywhere,
Mhm.
people not coming to greet you appropriately, staff not looking nice and polished. And right off the bat, they just feel like this is not going to be a good experience just based on presentation, which means a lot. So I think that's the other missing nugget with customer service, is just internally. You can ask any frontline leader about the amount of time that they spend with frontline team members, just with bickering back and forth of staff and team members. And it's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
time spent there. So that is something that is also very important.
I agree. I no longer work with the public. I know my limitations. And I know I don't have patience. I was, I gave good customer service, but I didn't give good customer service. And I'm gonna tell you. I'm not a morning person, but I would have to work the morning shift. So when my manager would get a complaint, I would hear, "What time did you come in?" I was in when y'all first opened. She was like, mm-hmm. Because she already knew that in the morning I just wasn't myself. But I was the type of person I would focus. I worked at Church's Chick. I would focus on getting your order right. But I wasn't like friendly and engaging because I was keeping everything in my head. My thing was I want you to get your order right so I can get to the next person. So I kind of minus the friendly approach to it. I was like, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? I was polite.
Mhm,
And so I
mhm.
remember this one lady, I was trying in my head to get everything. And she was like, "You're the nastiest person that I have ever had wait on." And I was like, "What?" And so I'm stopping. I'm like, "What do you mean? What did I do?" I said, "I haven't even said anything. You ain't said nothing to me. And you ain't made." I said, "Ma'am, I'm trying to remember your whole order so I can get it right." And then I was like, "But if you want nasty." But I was younger then and it was in the morning. But I have changed. I just don't work with the
Praise
public
God.
anymore. I know. I had my moments. I'm telling you. I would
I
don't
had a
let it
few myself in them younger days. You could pop something off real quick. But as you
right.
get older, when you know better, you do better, right? That's the whole point.
Right.
But even with people who are still younger working at these different organizations, and it's a different set of younger people working
Yeah.
there now, if you start them off with the tools to let them know what they should be doing, how they should be doing it, and why they should be doing it, then you get a better result at the end of the day. business owners can't just assume that people know that they shouldn't get smart or nasty with people, or they shouldn't greet them, or they shouldn't have eye contact with them, or they shouldn't put their money in their hand. They shouldn't assume that people
Mhm.
know that, because they don't.
They don't. But you know, customer service is expectations
Yes.
given.
Mhm.
Expectations given. So if
Mhm.
you don't give them expectations, you can't write me up for something you never taught me. Yeah,
Exactly.
I put the customer money on the counter,
Mhm.
instead of their hand. You never told me that. No, I don't
Right.
count the money back to them. I didn't know to do that. So you just
Mhm.
can't put people up on your front line. Your front line, it's like going to war. You want to put your strongest, you either want to put your weakest people up there so that the enemy think they're really defeating you, or you want to put your strongest people up there so they can back the enemies up.
Right.
But I
Right.
think when it comes to business, you need your strongest people on your front line.
Mhm.
So this is $1 million question. What can we do to help your business? How can we support your business?
I appreciate support for my business, for with business owners. If you in a space where you know someone that has a small business, or that has a healthcare practice that they work at, and they need services, they need help, they're constantly complaining about staff, if they're the owner, or people that they work with, if they work there, I just appreciate the plug and just passing along my information so that someone can set up a conversation, in that referral space. That's the best way that, I believe I can feel supported, is just giving those referrals so that I can continue to thrive in doing this work that I so enjoy doing.
Okay. So unfortunately, it's time for us to kind of like end the interview. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to share whatever you want to say as a closeout. And as you talk, we're gonna take a look at all these beautiful pictures. You should have been a model.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need to know who did your pictures too, because they did an excellent job. So
Shout
go.
out to Q11 Photography for the pictures.
Oh wow, never heard of them. Okay,
Q11, they're in
Q11.
Southfield. Hmm.
Okay, they did a very good job. So go
Thank you.
ahead and close out while I go through your website.
Sure. So, as Coach K navigates through the website, I just want, again, everyone to know that, you're not in business alone or by yourself. It can seem lonely, but there are lots of resources that are out here, there are lots of people that are willing to help you. Me being one of them. You may have never even thought about having a business consultant to assist you in your business, because that just wasn't a thought. But I just want to let you know that I am here to help. And if I'm not able to help you with the specific service that you need, I am continuously building my platform of other business entrepreneurs that may be able to help you in another way so that you can be successful. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to give us the greatest satisfaction, our success, and what we have worked hard for and what's in our heart. And that your business is something that's in your heart, because it's not like regular work. It's something that gives you joy. You can sit down, you can do it, you can get lost in time with it, and you can continuously want to do it all the time. It's not like the job that you go to and you have to sit in a parking lot and talk yourself up to get out the car and go in. This is something that when you wake up, you look forward to. Let me get things going with my business. And then when you get to that place where you're stuck, or you don't know what to do, or you need help just with a project or anything, that's when you enlist the help with someone like myself to be able to come alongside you to get it done, and you keep the business moving. So that's the greatest thing that I would have to say, is just let's continue to work at it so that we can be successful in our endeavors.
Okay, that's great. I'm going through your website and it's a lot you do. Keynote presentations, panel moderations, corporate training sessions, just a lot of different things. When I tell you, she operates at a corporate level. She's taking what she learned in corporate and she's taking it into the marketplace. And I just really admire you for that. I mean, you were not only just working, but you were learning while you was there. And you even got free resources on here for healthcare. All right. Well, Miss Cherice, I thank you for being on the Ruby Girl Talk Show. You really educated us. You got us thinking about where we need help at. And instead of us trying to be the super entrepreneur, we understand that, you know, it takes two. It takes two for success. Nobody achieves success by themselves. Somebody helped them, somebody they connected with. It's just not a solo thing. So I just want to thank you for sharing out your heart. And I definitely want to show you, I definitely want to thank you for being a guest tonight. And you did excellent, excellent.
Thank you
So
for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to come and just talk to other like-minded business owners and be able to share my story. I appreciate it. Thank you.
did you give them once again how they can contact you?
Yes, ma'am. And I will
Okay.
again www.redemption, Redemption, DEMPTION, biz.com. It's also in the message chat.
Yes, it is. And I'll put it in the top chat. All right, everybody, have a blessed and wonderful evening. Tune in next Tuesday for another Ruby Girl Talk with your favorite Ruby Girl, Dr. K. I'll be here with another phenomenal guest. So y'all be blessed and reach out to Miss Cherice. Friend her on Facebook, become a friend. Stay connected to her if you are a business owner. Listen, we always need expertise. We always need somebody to polish us. And so she's here for you. And just support our business because she poured out to you tonight. So y'all just be blessed. We're going to sign off Facebook. So see you next week.